so it's... Hello! So hurt. My name is Julia, and I am crocheting a tea cozy. I'm crocheting a lot of stuff. I crochet this as well. I'm going through a phase. It comes like every few months. I just go into this crochet frenzy and I just make stuff. And I actually did it on purpose this time because I'm trying to be less on my phone. I found that when I'm on my phone a lot, I get really depressed. But now I'm trying to substitute it with crocheting, and I've crocheted so many stars, like little stars that I want to like attach and make like a cool Christmas banner thing or a gift or something, like a bunting thing, maybe for some baby I know. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't been making or keeping up with my YouTube schedule that I set upon myself. But yeah, I have to do this. I have to make this video because I'm so behind. And also because I want to do it. I want to make this video. So I took part in Folktale Week 2024. If you don't know what Folktale Week is, it is it, what do you call it, like a drawing challenge? I don't know what you call them, but it's an Instagram thing. I think that's where it started, but I think people also post on TikTok or, yeah. But it's basically like a week, and for each day in the week you get a prompt to do something with creatively, and the whole thing is themed around celebrating folk tales and fairy tales around the world. You can also make up your own folk tale, your own tale, fairy tale, whatever, and you can interpret it as, you know, like there isn't any rules, which was like, it's hard because when you see what, like, it's cool to see so many people interpret everything so differently, but then you're always like, oh my god, did I interpret it wrong? But there isn't really like a right or wrong way of doing it. Yeah, so I thought I'll read you, I'll show you what I made, and then I'll read you the story that goes with each, or the text that goes with each image. And instead of interpreting each prompt separately for like connecting it with a different story, I chose like one story and I try to weave the prompts into the story. And the story I chose is a Slavic folk tale, although I'm not entirely sure if it's Slavic because it's popular across a whole bunch of different regions, and I think it's sort of difficult to pinpoint where something comes from and the original version of something. I found it like on some website, but I did change it a bit and I did condense it a lot for the challenge. Yeah, so I'll read you the story, and then I'll put some other footage in to make it nice. We went to the mountains like a month ago, I think, in Portugal, which is a little town in the Western Cape. And it's really lovely up there. We went to stay there for the weekend. We took the dogs with, and it was really lovely, and I took some footage there that I thought I could use for this as well. So anyway, I'm gonna read the story now. Okay, so the story is called The Little Singing Frog. There was once a poor man and his wife who had no children. They prayed and prayed for a little daughter. At last their prayers were answered, but it was not a girl child the old couple received, but a little frog child. The old couple loved their little frog daughter, and when she was older, she often ventured beyond the gate to take father his midday meal in the fields. Little Frog also loved to sing, and sing sweetly she did. One day, the Tsar's youngest son rode by and wanted to know who was singing so beautifully. Because she was so different from other girls, father wanted to protect little Singing Frog and hide her from the prince. But the prince persisted. He loved little Singing Frog singing, and he loved her. He would marry her if she would have him. The prince and his brothers are to present their brides, to the Tsar the following day. Each of the brides are to present the Tsar with a flower, and the kingdom will be given to the son whose bride brings the loveliest flower. After reflection, Little Singing Frog decided she will marry the prince. That night she went to the lake where her parents found her and prayed to the moon to give her courage so she can enter the court with dignity. The moon answered and sent down a gown made of silver light. The next morning Little Singing Frog prepared for her journey to the palace. Instead of a flower, she took a spear of wheat. She mounted a white rooster and with the moon gown in front of her, set off. At the palace gate, the guards first refused to admit her, but she fixed them with a steady gaze and restated that she was the youngest prince bride-to-be. They became fearful and let her ride through. Once inside, she pulled the moon gown over her head. Where there was once a white rooster with a frog on it, there now stood a snow-white horse carrying a lovely maiden. She entered the palace with the other brides, and they presented their flowers to the Tsar. When Frog Girl showed the Tsar her spear of wheat, he immediately understood that she knew the value of being practical. Frog Girl married the youngest prince, and when the time came, the youngest prince became Tsar and she Tsarina. The end. So I thought that was like a really cool story because it touches on themes that I think a lot of us can relate to, especially in today's world. And that is around like deciding your own worth, like having the courage to determine your own value and taking up space and just going for happiness or because you deserve it. So it was really nice to take part in Folktale Week. I would encourage other people to try it out. It was from, let me see, the 18th of November this year, so it's probably around November each year. And it was cool to see what everyone else made and to have a theme to work around. I don't have anything else to say. So I hope you enjoyed the story and that you have a wonderful holiday season, and if you're driving places, visiting family and stuff, just like be careful. The roads in South Africa can be quite crazy, so drive safely. Bye. I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye.